How's it going, folks, and welcome to the Bearded Casual. This is the series finale of a show that I loved back in Season 2 and Season 1, and thoroughly enjoyed during some of Season 8, primarily when the kids from the future came back. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Outside of that, I haven't bothered with the show, mainly because of Felicity and what they did with Laurel. As well as Thea, writing Thea off the show, whether she left of her own accord or whatever. I loved the character of Thea and Laurel. They were the two reasons why I kept stopping back in to check up on how the show was going. And, well, they royally screwed up Felicity, who was, during Season 1 and Season 2, my favorite character, by a long shot. So, yeah, this is hopefully going to be done well, and I only want really one thing from this episode, and that is for John Diggle to become the Green Lantern. That's all I want. Anyways, without further ado,
I had become something else.
the Spectre.
And although I have become a Spectre, there is a part of me
The
that
Spectre.
always
Fun fact, the Spectre in DC Comics is supposed to be, okay, the Presence is essentially the god of the DC universe, and the Spectre is the Presence Wrath. That's what he's apparently supposed to be. Oh, I see what they did there. The arrowheads of all the seasons, I think. Didn't?
It's just such a strange thing to learn. That there's a whole other world, I guess,
What?
where I died.
So in this one she's alive?
People that knew my son best tell me that the world we're living in right now is a kind of gift from him.
I love Moira. Loved Moira. Such
I'm
an
just trying to process it.
outstanding character.
When I started this project, it was intended to explore the history and the pitfalls of vigilantism in Star City. I never thought this documentary would have to be retooled to be a memorial.
Alright, fun fact. And this is what I appreciated about Crisis, is that they had the two characters who met him first. In the party that was currently there when Oliver died the second time. Well, as the Spectre. I highly doubt that he actually died. He probably went into remission to rest up. Anyways, Sarah was the first one in the show to be with, pun not intended, to be with Oliver. And then it was Moira, Thea, then Diggle. And then, Laurel.
Come on, it's time.
Retirement.
Bruchnis.
Vodka.
So what's the plan?
I plan on getting as drunk as humanly possible.
No, I mean after the funeral. From what Dinah tells me, there's not much need for vigilantes anymore.
Lance's term ends in April. He's endorsing me to replace him.
As mayor?
No, as a bald guy with an attitude. Yeah, as mayor. What about you, D?
The mission is never over.
There are a few I despise more than human traffickers.
Survive.
Slight dilemma there. The angle, I remember thinking about it when I first watched it. Oh, hey, Laura. Mia? I don't really know yet. Anyways, the angle of which the gun was pointed was actually gonna blow a hole through the water. He should have actually held it like this, not like this. Mia. The character of Mia, I absolutely adore that character. I absolutely love the actress. She did such a wonderful job during Crisis, and enjoyed her performance last episode. I hope that series gets picked up, though I am worried that it's going to have an undertone of misandry, hatred of men. That'll be upsetting.
That's because your arms are the size of telephone poles.
I don't want her to be my ex-girlfriend.
Because
because you're afraid I will stop you from committing cold-blooded murder.
That wouldn't be cold-blooded.
The man traffics in human beings. Killing him is justice.
But at what cost?
Hmm.
You say the mission will never-
Okay, human traffickers, killing them, sure, justice. But because of the horrors, the torture that they inflict on others, whether directly or indirectly, I would think warrants a very long series of torture before death.
If you lose who you are.
Well, he lost who he was a long time ago.
A few weeks before Sarah showed up, something happened.
Yep. Wait, so you're telling me not only was he abducted in the future, he's now abducted in the past? This should be interesting. Lila? What are you doing there? And wait, that... The,
Oh, your timing's a little not great.
If you still think Oliver's mission is finished. Hey.
Isn't that rug guy? The mummy guy? Rory? Rory? Her mom when she was young. And she probably doesn't know.
1 second as I work up a statistically correlated list of possible locations.
Okay, she doesn't seem overly upset. I guess maybe William being abducted kind of clicked her out of the mourning stupor. And I don't mean mourning as in day, I mean mourning as in grieving.
Which is exactly why we called everyone.
Thank you all for coming. Someone very short notice. Oliver made the ultimate sacrifice for his friends and his family. Now part of his family needs our help. This is our most important mission.
Okay, something that just jumped out at me is Felicity actually took time to put makeup on. Why the hell would she put makeup on? Someone in mourning, they wouldn't care about how they look. They wouldn't give a damn. Her husband died. Was killed, essentially. She'd be going in natural. Or with extraordinarily little on. Not full on.
Suit up.
Is that Thea?
Okay, well, he's not
Yep.
here.
I think it's Speedy and Arsenal.
Back at the bunker, okay?
Including you. You know, I got my whole life back, and I realized that I wanted you in it forever and always.
And what does that mean?
It means, will you marry me?
That's kind of bad timing, but let's see how that goes. Did they seriously just spook him? Oh, that was funny.
A while is what it took for these rags to work again.
Oh, they stopped working?
Let him go! Who the hell are you?
Doesn't recognize him. Ooh. That was harsh. How many arrows did you bring, man? That was a broken neck, by the way. So why are we seeing all this? Reminiscing, I suppose? Him going solo. I'll be picking the arrows back up when I can. None of them have guns? How did he do that? He's flat out using his bow. So how did he shoot somebody? Ooh, he got lucky there.
You have failed this city.
Let him go! I don't care. No, Oliver Queen didn't kill you, then neither will I. But your ass is going back to her.
Must be a lot to take in. Yeah, that's the
Understatement.
understatement of the millennium.
Hey. Hey. Something in the news you should see.
What?
With Oliver Queen confirmed dead, we can only speculate that he inspired a new generation of heroes to carry on his mission.
Like I said, proud.
Way to go, Mia. Way to go. As someone that's a hardcore fan of season 1 and 2, you did well. So is this his first time? Nope, it's not. It's a good way to destroy machetes. Just as an FYI, blades are not meant to come into contact with other blades because it destroys and damages each one of them. I actually looked it up, and parrying is when you hit the flat of your blade to ricochet another sword blade off of it. That's why a lot of older swords will have marks on the side, because it's from deflecting blades, parrying, and all that. When a blade parries, it doesn't go blade to blade, because that destroys the blade. If you know anything about the show Game of Thrones, the character of Robert is hacking away at a tree. His mother comes up and you said you destroyed your sword, because the sword, the blade, is not meant to go through hard material. It's designed to go through human flesh and bone. Not even bone, but actually it's supposed to go through human flesh and break through bone. Well, bone is a lot softer than wood, sort of, when it comes to a blade. But anyways, yeah, that as I'm watching Diggle, you know, use the I was gonna say katanas now, the machetes on the steel, those machetes would be destroyed and sparks would be all over the place. Wait, was he the human trafficker? Because while I did agree to keeping him alive, I did not imply prison.
Is it just me, or does the new Moira seem to like me a lot more than the old one?
Yeah, she never really liked you that much. But in her defense, you were a criminal.
I regret nothing. If I never stole your purse, then I never would have met you. And even if you do say no to my, I really hope you don't. Loving you has changed my life.
If Ollie's death has taught me anything, we don't have a lot of time in this.
I deeply appreciate the fact that she has what looks like scars on her face. I don't know how, don't know why, but I deeply appreciate that. I deeply appreciate seeing the flaw in such a beautiful face when it comes to a fictional character. And I appreciate the dedication to that.
I can make that promise.
Then yes. I will marry you forever.
Way to go. Now, Moira should walk in. No? Okay.
Want to step into not my office?
I love Quinn. He's awesome. And hilarious.
Because, sweetheart, there is nothing about you that needed to be fixed.
Outside of your hairdo, but mind you, that's a personal taste. Many may love it. So he's adopted her, okay.
And here I am getting to be elected in a few months, and you guys decide to move away. It's hard not to take that personally.
Great mayor.
I love that. Cheers to a long show finally done, which used to be great, had its downsides, many of them. So I wonder if the same Arrow Cave is going to be around in 2040. I assume so. Locked away. I imagine they showed where it's actually located, but I'd like to see the outside of that one. Ah, that's when they put it up.
Thank you for coming. I hated Oliver Queen.
Hmm.
I blamed him. I interrogated him. I hunted him. Persecuted him. I've never been more wrong in my life.
Hmm.
Oliver Queen wasn't just a hero. He was a good man. He was an honorable person.
Tommy!
Tommy! Start out that way makes him in my book.
Okay, I can't really see that. Oliver Queen, Green Arrow. He saved Star City, okay. They even put a beard on him, look at that. That's pretty awesome. Cheers.
I just don't understand.
Robert
Ollie
Queen.
could fix fix everything, then why couldn't he fix this?
I think that Oliver could only change the things that didn't change him. What he did for Oliver. Your brother would never have become the man that he was.
I still can't believe Ollie's really gone.
Yeah, because if Robert survived, the Green Arrow would have never been created. Because his father was the one who started the mission. He's the one who gave Oliver that mission. If he was alive, Oliver would not have gotten that mission. So he had to stay dead.
Well, I just found out there was a reality where I was dead, so that's the curve I'm grading on these days.
My condolences on your husband's passing.
I had our marriage erased.
Did I miss something? A, what the hell happened to her? B, I absolutely loved her character in Stargate SG-1. And, her. They were married? Okay.
Hi.
Hi. I know. This morning, you were teething. Now you...
Dad had a very similar reaction when he first saw me.
You met your father.
He trained me. He taught me to be a hero. How to be like him.
Hmm.
Only
Really that quick?
Felicity.
Ah, Barry. There's a spot right here. I'm wondering if it's a cosmetic tear.
How could you know that?
Because I know you.
Okay, she is crying. Oh right, he does know about her. Wow, she's giving very quick hugs. Oh,
There is
Kara.
no body down there, no?
No. We buried a casket full of mementos.
You're the one who started this journey with him?
The Oliver that I met 8 years ago is not the one that we say goodbye to today. Oliver always told me that in order to save his city, he had to become someone else. He had to become something else. I always thought that meant becoming the Green Arrow. Today I realized that meant becoming a better man. The best man he knew how to be. And he took all of us with him on that journey.
Not to, I really don't like pausing on this speech, but I like on how they put these two together, not for the reason that you think. There is no character on the show that is hated by more people than Felicity. And Mia seems to be somewhat accepted. I love her character, absolutely love her. But she's brand new, so it's like a new love, and the character that is especially hated by a lot of people. So I like the fact that they're bringing these two, putting these two together so closely. And the fact that they're a mother and daughter. It means a lot, actually. It means a lot more than, you know, just what you would typically think that's a mother and daughter standing together. It's like reconciling two parts of the same show. Sarah. I love the fact that they brought her back. I absolutely love that they named her after Sarah Land. Oh, that was cool.
Except to say, expect the unexpected.
Oh, here we go. Oh, you're out cold for a while, buddy.
Oliver may be gone, but his mission endures. Maybe even beyond that.
Oliver Queen Memorial Drive. Nice. Do it! Do it!
Because of the past 8 years, this universe
It would be too
is
hot to
bigger
go anywhere near, though.
than any of us.
That would be glowing red. Please tell me that's not it. Come on. I need you to suit up. Oh, fun fact. He's the same age as me. 1985, the year I was born. Hero of Star City, the Green Arrow.
There is no return.
I have waited a very long time to see him. I'm ready.
So the monitor's back, huh? So is she going to be with the Spectre? Oliver.
Hi. Glad you could finally make it.
So they did a time rewind even on the character, so they didn't have to keep the makeup or any of that.
Well, that would be in the IT department 7 floors down.
Season 1. That's why that's something triggered in me.
For you, not just for me.
Oh.
It's a long story.
Queen Consolidated. Is that looks like a condemned building. Yeah, it definitely does. Don't tell me it. Seriously? That's how you end it? It had good parts. They drug out the ending a little bit too much. Thoroughly enjoyed that episode. I love the fact that they made Diggle the Green Arrow. That was what was implied. However, you know what? They ironically could have saved a lot on the budget, putting like a green streak through the air and then shoving it on his finger, or just having it float in front of him and saying, you know, like, you're the next wearer of this ring. I don't know. I don't really recall what the actual phrase is for it. I've heard it a couple times, but not enough to actually remember. And not anytime recently. Yeah, that was a good episode. I enjoyed it. I had my nitpicks, of course. I always have my nitpicks. I'm an aspiring writer myself, so when something is written in a way that you wouldn't write it, it tends to really jump out at you. So I tend to be quite straightforward with it. I absolutely love the fact that they came through on the Green Lantern thing. They overdid a little bit of it, as in when the shockwave hit, it sent him flying into the van so hard that it fully indented the van door. Well, then again, that doesn't actually take very much. These days, vehicles are literally designed to crumble, which they claim saves lives, but it also cripples people too, and costs a lot. That would have put him out for quite a while, and he would have woken up in the hospital because his wife would have come by and saw him there. It's like, or like someone, like a passerby, would have seen him. But like I said, they should have just had like some kind of a green streak going across the sky and coming right to him. They wouldn't even have to show, much like what they did with the container, they wouldn't even have to show it. But all they would have to do is, as it's approaching him, have the camera centered on him, on his face and upper chest, just high enough to indicate, you know, where his arms might be. Have the green glow stop right in front of him, illuminating his face and body, and it's like, whoa. And then have like some kind of a speech start, and then cut away. Say John Diggle, say another 2 or 3 words, even 1 word, but I would suggest 2 or 3 words, and then cut scene. So that way it's fully implying what's going on. And one thing that I have to say now, please, please, please do a Green Arrow, Green Lantern with John Diggle, Ramsey, whatever his name is, the actor for him. Give him his own show. Yes? I mean, you're already giving Mia her own show, which is outstanding. I'm not saying the show is outstanding, but the concept is outstanding. The previous episode, I enjoyed it, but it did have its flaws. Every show these days does, save for a couple. The one problem that I did have with the episode, was that, and they could have, I appreciate the fact that Thea took some time to think about Roy's proposal. I deeply appreciate the time, the fact that she spent time thinking about it. It's very within character, and like everything that those two were doing within that time period was within character, so I appreciated that. I've always loved Thea's character, and Willa Holland, I think her name is. She does an excellent job with that character. I've always loved it. The only problem that I had with it was that there was no expression of the engagement outside of the two of them. While it is between the two of them, considering she was home, they should have had Moira just overhear that portion and then step in like that, you know, being ecstatic about its own. It's like, oh, you know, but just enough to indicate that she overheard the acceptance of the proposal. That would have made that scene so much more emotional and so much more dramatic and just so much better. Deeply appreciate what they did there, but it could have been, what it could have been is where I live. Anyways, the whole interaction between Quinn and Laurel, Earth 2 or Earth Prime, I suppose, was good, but a bit lackluster at the end. Like the resolution of it, in the office, the lead up, okay, during the conversation, the lead up to the conclusion of that conversation was good, but the conclusion of it, well written but executed a bit lackluster, I suppose. It just felt like they should have said a little bit more. Yeah, I'm ripping the episode apart. My apologies for those who want me to show respect to a show that I've actually hated for the last number of years. The only seasons, part of seasons that I actually loved or knew of was season 1 and 2, and after the kids from the future showed up. Everything in between, I don't care about at all. So I stopped watching the show, stopped paying attention. They just shredded it, and that's part of the reason why the show was cancelled, because the ratings were plummeting. There was a lot of animosity toward it for the things that they did. Essentially, the showrunners and writers shot themselves in the foot one too many times. Anyways, not to disrespect the ending of a show that I once upon a time loved, thoroughly enjoyed. It just came to mind the I guess you can call it the time door, time portal, and whatever that Sarah took at the end. It just like casually opened and she just walked. that was funny and cool at the same time. The Arrow statue, memorial statue that we saw in the previous episode was unveiled in this episode, so that was rather nice. And it seems that Mia was taken out of her time, I think, 2 weeks after Laurel had woken her up. So this is not only taking place before that, it's also taking place after it. So it would seem that Laurel went to the funeral, and then sometime after that, Sarah sent her to the future, where she woke up. And then 2 weeks after that, Sarah came along and brought Mia to the funeral. A nostalgia-driven episode. I really appreciate on how they used Daigle in this. He seemed to carry the show. He was the show lead this episode, and I don't know if that's a recurring thing for the last few seasons. I don't think it is, but I well and truly hope that they give him his own show as the Green Lantern. I really do. The suggestions, what was implied by the characters when they were moving on, I love that they were all leaving on the best of terms, and it was like a mutual respect and admiration. The comedy behind, anyways, I think his call sign is Wild Dog. Renee, I think his name is, now that I think of it. Whatever, you know who I'm referring to. The dude who's about to be mayor. When he's like, oh sure, when I'm about to be elected mayor, you guys leave town. What does that say about my what does that say about what you think of what you're gonna think of me as mayor? That was funny. I enjoyed that. Anyways, I'm gonna bring this video to an end. Take care of yourselves. See you later.